A $100 million F-35, America's stealth powerhouse, plummets and erupts in flames. On January 28, 2025, at Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska, another crash shakes the program, the 15th since 2014. And just months later, on July 30, 2025, an F-35C crashes in California, marking the 16th incident. Why does this fifth-generation fighter, touted as the world's most advanced, keep failing? From software glitches to design flaws, the F-35 story is a high-stakes thriller of innovation gone wrong. Join me for a deep dive into its crash history, hidden weaknesses, and the fierce debates raging in 2025. Is the F-35 a flawed giant or a fixable legend? Let's uncover the shocking truth.
Be stronger.
The F-35 Lightning II emerged from the 1990s Joint Strike Fighter program, a multi-nation effort to create a versatile stealth jet with three variants: the F-35A for conventional airfields, F-35B for short takeoffs and vertical landings, and F-35C for carrier operations. It's designed for air superiority, ground strikes, and electronic warfare. By August 2025, over 1,100 F-35s have been delivered to nearly 20 countries, with contracts for more than 3,000 by the 2040s. Its radar-absorbing materials, advanced sensor fusion, and all-weather capabilities make it a multi-role monster, capable of outmaneuvering enemies undetected. Lockheed Martin boasts it's 95% easier and cheaper to maintain than other stealth jets, with a crash rate of just 0.23 per 1,000 flight hours, far below the F-22's 1.38 or F-16 seventh. But beneath the hype lies a troubling reality. 16 crashes by mid-2025 expose deep flaws in this $428 billion program. What makes this flying computer so prone to failure? The F-35's crash saga began in 2014, but let's focus on the major incidents: 16 by August 2025, with 7 F-35As, 8 F-35Bs, and 1 F-35C. No pilots have died thanks to the reliable Martin-Baker US-16E ejection seat, but the pattern is alarming. April 9, 2019, a Japanese F-35A disappeared over the Pacific during training off Aomori Prefecture. The pilot, disoriented in space, didn't eject and perished, the only fatality in the program's history. Japan grounded its fleet, and the U.S. Navy scoured for wreckage, worried about Russian or Chinese espionage on stealth tech. The debris and body were recovered in June. May 19, 2020, an F-35A crashed on landing at Eglin AFB, Florida, from a mix of pilot error, oxygen system malfunctions, a $400,000 helmet display failure, and sluggish controls. September 29, 2020, a U.S. Marine F-35B smashed into a KC-130 tanker during refueling, totaling the jet. September 17, 2023, an F-35B flew unmanned for 60 miles in South Carolina after the pilot ejected due to a control glitch. Wreckage took over 30 hours to find, mocking its stealth irony. May 2024, an F-35B crashed post-takeoff in New Mexico. January 28, 2025, an F-35A plunged at Eielson AFB, Alaska, after an in-flight malfunction, with the pilot ejecting safely amid a $100 million loss. And July 30th, 2025, an F-35C crashed near Inayas Lemoore, California, the second in 2025, with the pilot unharmed. These crashes highlight a program under fire. The F-35's crashes stem from its ambitious design. The F-35A, with 700 units, is the most produced and used, leading to more exposure in training and ops. The F-35B, with 200 units, is the most crash-prone, 8 incidents, due to its complex lift fan system, which diverts power from the main engine to a fan behind the cockpit for vertical operation. This often fails during transitions, causing instability. The F-35C, with 100 units, has only one crash, perhaps from its specialized carrier role limiting flight hours. At the heart is the jet's flying computer nature, packed with sensitive electronics, supercomputers, and sensor fusion for stealth and combat. Software bugs disrupt systems, as in the 2023 unmanned flight. The $400,000 helmet display, vital for heads-up info, has glitched mid-flight. Oxygen system issues seen in the 2020 Eglin crash cause hypoxia-like symptoms. Unresponsive controls and pilot disorientation in high-tech cockpits compound risks. The Air Force Safety Center insists the rate, 0.23 per 1,000 hours, is low, but media scrutiny, fueled by social media, magnifies every flaw, especially from Eastern critics mocking the West's stealth king. The F-35's troubles peaked in 2025 with Elon Musk's scathing critique. As a government advisor, Musk blasted the jet as outdated and inefficient after the Alaska crash, calling for funds to shift to drones. On X, he argued swarms of AI unmanned aircraft could outperform costly manned jets, citing the F-35's $100 million price and glitchy systems. His words went viral, echoing U.S. Naval Institute reports on the jet's electronic sensitivities and radar-absorbing materials that complicate maintenance. Lockheed Martin counters with upgrades, better software, oxygen systems, and controls, but delays persist, costing billions. The program, aiming for 3,000 jets by the 2040s, faces scrutiny as drones like the collaborative combat aircraft rise. Eielson Air Force Base, home to 54 F-35As and $500 million in facilities, symbolizes the investment. Colonel Paul Townsend's investigation into the 2025 crash promises lessons, but with 16 incidents, is the F-35's future secure? The F-35's 16 crashes by mid-2025, from disorientation to system failures, reveal a jet strained by its own innovation. Despite a low crash rate and global adoption, bugs, complexity, and critics like Musk threaten its throne. As the U.S. probes the Alaska and California incidents, the question burns: can the F-35 evolve, or will drones eclipse it?